Right now, in the dim light of the middle of the night, you're probably trying to roll over. But you can't. Something warm and heavy is pressed against your feet, and you don't want to move it. Your cat is curled up on your bed. You can hear the faintest purr. Almost everyone will tell you the same thing. Your cat is here because your bed is warmer, more comfortable. Or maybe it's just cold and looking for heat. But here's what that explanation misses. The latest research in cat behavior tells a very different story. Your cat isn't chasing simple physical warmth. What it's actually doing is far more complex. It's forming a deep psychological anchor to you. So, here's the real question. Your cat has access to a fancy cat bed, maybe one that cost you $100, and it still climbs onto your bed instead. Why? The answer comes down to something researchers call sense safety. Kristen Vitale, a cognitive researcher at Oregon State University, found something remarkable. Cats, just like human infants, show what's known as the secure base effect. That means when the world feels uncertain, they need one fixed point of absolute safety. And in your entire house, that point is your bed. Here's why. While you sleep, your body releases concentrated pheromones through your skin. Your cat has around 200 million scent receptors. To a nose that sensitive, your bed isn't just fabric, it's an olfactory anchor. When your cat lies down in sheets soaked in your scent, something shifts in its brain. Its amygdala, the part responsible for fear and stress, quiets down. Your cat isn't climbing into bed because it can't survive without you. It's climbing into bed because your presence lets it finally switch off its guard. But scent and safety, that's just the surface. Watch closely where your cat chooses to sleep. Your head, your chest, your feet, each spot is sending you a completely different signal. This is what behaviorists call vulnerability management. It's a quiet negotiation between trust and escape routes. If your cat sleeps near your feet or at the foot of the bed, don't take that as distance. It's actually a clever compromise. In the wild, that position gives a cat a full view of the room. It can sense your movement instantly. If danger shows up, it can escape in a heartbeat, all while still keeping you inside its territory. But if your cat chooses your chest or your head, that's different. That means it has completely dropped its predator instincts. Up there, it can feel your heartbeat, your breathing, every rise and fall. In feline social behavior, this is about as close as trust gets. Your cat isn't just seeing you as a protector anymore. On some level, it's treating you as one of its own, a creature it can share its most vulnerable moments with. Now, this might sound like some sweet, modern, emotional bond, but rewind the clock 10,000 years, and you'll find something else entirely. This habit isn't new. It's written into their genes. We tend to picture cats as solitary animals, loners by nature. But biologists studying the African wildcat, the ancestor of every house cat alive today, found something that's been overlooked for a long time. In the wild, when these cats lived in groups, they practiced something called social thermoregulation. They piled on top of each other to sleep, pressed their bodies together. So when your cat presses its body against your arm, or curls into your pillow, it's running code that's 10,000 years old. In your cat's mind, the line between species doesn't exist. Right now, your mattress is the safe patch of desert, and you are its family. But here's where we need to slow down for a moment. That ancient trust, the one that's evolved over 10,000 years, can sometimes hide something fragile underneath it. What happens when your cat suddenly becomes almost obsessively clingy at night? Is that just deeper love? Or is your cat quietly asking for help? We need a clear line here. In most cases, a cat sleeping on your bed is a healthy, normal sign of affection. But if that behavior changes suddenly and comes with restlessness, that's worth paying attention to. Veterinary research points to something specific. When an older cat suddenly becomes fixated on sleeping right on your chest, especially if it starts crying out at night, that's often not simple affection. It could be feline cognitive dysfunction, causing spatial confusion. Or it could be arthritis, and your body has become the nearest source of constant, steady heat to ease the pain. But here's the flip side. If your cat plays independently during the day, eats normally, and then quietly, in the middle of the night, comes over, settles into a comfortable position, and drifts off to sleep beside you, let go of the worry. That's not overindulgence on your part. That's not you spoiling your cat. That's you creating a home that feels completely safe. You didn't do anything wrong. You did everything right. Once you understand where that line sits, you'll see something clearly. That small creature sneaking onto your bed at night is healthier and loves you more than you probably realized. This isn't just two bodies sharing a bed. It's the quietest, gentlest confirmation between two different species. So tonight, when you feel that small, warm weight settle in beside you again, don't get annoyed. Don't rush to move it off the bed. Think about what's actually happening. In a world that's loud, chaotic, and full of uncertainty, that small, alert creature has just made one of the most important decisions of its entire life. It closed its eyes, and it handed over its most vulnerable 8 hours, completely, without hesitation, to you. This isn't neediness. This is the deepest form of trust your cat is capable of giving. If this video changed the way you'll look at that warm little weight by your feet tonight, hit subscribe. And in the comments, tell us, where does your own midnight anchor like to sleep? See you in the next one.